Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a apartment tour. I've been postponing this for way too long. Today I just had to clean it because it was so gross. And I just been settling in. I moved in June, so it's been, I'd say, month and some. So this is the entrance. It's a really nice apartment. So I've had to figure out my quirks of this apartment, and it kind of looks like my old one if you go back and watch my studio vlog and apartment, but we'll start in the kitchen. So over here I have my really nice fridge, finally, and it just has some postcards and notes on it. And then we have my little oven, my kettle, and then I actually changed this display today. And my cat's in the background if you hear him. So I put little Miniverse stuff and my photographs and just stuff that I like to look at in the book nook. And honestly, I wasn't really proud of that build. I did it some years ago, and I may actually do another one this upcoming year. But I'm still not happy with it, and I may get rid of it or something like that. So that's where that ended up. And then over here you have my sink, kind of basic. I really love this sink because it's big. And then I did this painting that I wasn't really proud of because it was cheap paints, and it was for a paint night community event type thing. And then over here is just this. Actually, I've been using this ever since I came back from Grand Helios Hotel. I've been using this tray to bring in food into my room, and then I bring all my trash and everything out on that tray too. Usually the bread isn't there, and I did clean that tray really well just so, it was tidy. So then we have my oven and my dishwasher. I didn't use the oven because of the cleaner smell, and I didn't like it. So for now, I just use my little oven. And up here, you got my microwave and some storage up there. A lot of cabinets. And then if you turn around here, so this is a space that actually my family told me to get furniture. And if you guys have any ideas for furniture, I'm kind of hesitant on buying furniture because I don't even know if I'm going to stay in this place. But yeah, so this is stuff left over from moving, and my cat stuff, and some boxes and my skates, and just stuff that I couldn't put in storage. And my little cart that I take on me in the morning for errands. So right here is the maintenance closet, and there's not much in there. It's just the water heater and stuff like that. And in here is just more storage. I clean this out pretty well. Has toilet paper in my suitcase, paper towels, mop. Not interesting. And then up there is just more boxes and stuff like that. So, if I put a few hangers in there, I could make it a coat closet. But I mean, I'm not really interested in that since I don't have many guests. And here's my little cat that is running around because he's a funny cat. But yeah. And then if you go over here, so this is my room. It's honestly a mess right now, but I don't really care. I really wanted to get this video out, and I keep forgetting. So there are two light switches on here. One's for the outlet, and the other one is for the light up there. So you can see, I actually did not check this place before even moving in. So I didn't do a room tour. I just kind of moved up here on a whim. Not great. I would not recommend it. But let's start with over here. This is I'm not going to go through all my merch because I probably will have another video going through it. So this is I put my tarot decks here, and as you can see, my headphones. I have pink hair now. I bleached it and dyed it recently. So yeah, that's probably gonna be stained, and I've tried like washing it a little bit, but I might get a new set. And over here is like my baby CLs. They're super cute. And then little cans, little keychains, and the unboxing that I recently did for CL, and a little poster. I don't know how that's staying up. I think I put tape on it, but I don't know where it is. And then down here is my CL collection that some of his figures and stuff like that are actually in storage because I can't be bothered to set it up properly. And when my room got super messy, I didn't really pay attention to the collection, so things actually kept falling, and I just decided that there was too much on the shelf and I had to put stuff in storage. And then over here is it's like my Genshin HSR stuff, but it's not really organized. And then down here is a collection of books, journals, Black Butler, Kinetic Sands, my Miku figure that I don't know if what I should do with that one. My headphone case is not really organized, and then like some BL volumes. By my bed, I put my game controller because I've been gaming a lot. And then over here is just like my pouch for my Osmo Pocket. Like I keep all accessories in there, and then my little puppy dog and my bitter rabbit. And then over here is my art supplies that's crammed into this tier box. And as you can see, I like put all my stickers in here. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll take out just the drawers and some washi tape, more papers. It's like cards. And this is, I think I showed this already on YouTube, but this was like my playroom when I was a little kid and I was with my mom, and that was my little play area. I don't know why the chairs are actually facing away from the TV. I don't know if my mom had me. What I can remember is like a lot of guests would come over our house, a lot of adults would come over, and sometimes I think I would do like a little puppet show, or not in like a weird way, but like try to be silly or do something funny, and the adults would laugh or something like that. But I think that's why the chairs are facing away from the TV, but I actually don't know. And I was probably like 2 or 3, well, maybe like 4 or 5. Actually, no, I think 2 or 3, because that's like for a baby. Anyways, I was like a toddler. But yeah, that was my playroom growing up. And then this white door back there, that is actually my mother's office. And she would shut that door when I was in bed and I wanted to see her, but she would just close it. And if you want to know a little bit more about like my history, you can go on my blog, and I kind of reveal a little bit about my mother and how she impacted my whole childhood, but I'm not going to get into it right now. But yeah, so I've been finding tons of photographs of me as a kid and just like looking over nostalgic times. Okay, so that's in there. And then I have magazines in the bottom, but I'm not going to show you that. And my Miniverse stuff that I tried to organize, and then my craft bin. I'm hoping to get a table to do more crafts on, but I just haven't gotten around to it, and it's caused me a lot of overwhelm because I'm like, I don't know where to put all this stuff, but I want to make videos for YouTube and I want to do like crafty, artsy things, but I literally have no place to put them. So they live here, and this is where I do most of my crafts, but I haven't done any recently. So we'll just have to see with how the channel goes, if I do more arts and crafts stuff or what I do. And then over here, I actually put this box right here so that my cat can't get over there. I mean, he still can, but I can hear it before he gets over here, and then I kind of redirect him away from that. He loves plugs. And then you guys will probably judge me, but I don't really care because I haven't gotten around to buying furniture, as you can tell. It's pretty obvious. So I just have like 2 of my storage bins, and the clear box is actually my memories. So when I say my memories, I mean like photographs of me, my journals, stuff related to me. And then I have the BTS little figure that was, I think, a few years ago, and then my TV that actually does not fit on that. So yeah, I hope you guys are not judging me. And then over here is like, I actually use this to block the door because sometimes my cat will go into the other room and then cry for no apparent reason. So I like to keep him in here. And of course, if he needs to use the bathroom, I let him out. But yeah. So he has this little cat boat thing. It's like a cat tree type thing. He loves that thing. And then in here is actually my closet where I keep all my cosplay stuff and clothes. And everything's in the wash right now, so I'm not putting it back up. But up here we have my figures, like all the figure boxes, because when I began collecting figures, I did not realize that you had to keep the box. I mean, you don't have to, but it sells better, so I just started collecting all the boxes and saving everything. And then I got the new BGS toy from the kids meal. I don't even know why. I think I got like a discount off for points. Then I have my Ciel Phantom Hive cosplay and my blouse that I love. I need to buy another one. And then I have like my sailor outfit and all my cosplays back there. And then I have my wigs down there in the clear bin and my lighting kit in the black bags. On this side, I have my doll, and then I have all my cosplay stuff, and I need to sew this, but I don't know if you guys heard, but when I was in, I think it was it high school, like middle-ish school, I asked someone if they had like an Attack on Titan jacket because I really liked the show at the time, and they were like, yeah, I have a jacket, and it just seemed so funny that I was like trying to be sneaky about it, and I like gave them 40 for this one, but I love this one to death. And yeah, it's really good quality too. I don't know, it's just like a side story. And then I have like my JSK dresses and my Ciel Phantom Hive cosplay, as well as my Yurio cosplay. And then up here I have a Sebastian Michaelis Nendoroid that I don't want. And I have the Trader's bags that I am just storing, and some flowers, and not really much else, just like boxes and stuff. But yeah, that's that. And I have my shoes in there and my Wanderer cosplay and Ayato cosplay, both in those 2 boxes down there. And we will head to the bathroom. So, actually, I wanted to show you guys this hallway. So I have my unicorn plush that I need to wash. And my cat's over here. Cooper, please move. The only thing I don't like about this is that there's like no light up here. So you can't turn on the hallway light, which makes no sense to me because, you know, you got the bathroom light, but like, it makes no sense. Anyways, I have the washer and dryer. For those of you who have known my traveling adventures and my apartment moving vlogs, you know that the last place had a washer dryer combo. I would highly not recommend it because it was so bad. It took like 6 hours to wash and dry together. And I ended up going to the laundromat. So I'm so grateful that I have a functional washer dryer. And in here is my bathroom. So I have my makeup stuff and my little drawers, and I actually got, this is funny but not really, so I have this lint roller. I had it from work because I bought a lint roller specifically for work, and then I ended up leaving the job, so I don't work there anymore. And it's just funny because it has my name on it. And then this is the mirror. It's actually a really big mirror. And then I have my little soap and my little Demu and my perfume that I have, and it's a nice sink. And then I have like my drawers over here, and these little guys are actually drying out. I probably will put them in the dryer because they're just taking forever to dry, but this is my makeup stuff, and it's kind of a mess right now, but yeah, so I use this mainly for makeup, and I basically open up these two drawers. So under here is like cleaners and my waxing thing. And I open this up, and then I move a chair in front of this so that it's like a desk, but it's not really a desk. And then over here is not really interesting. So it's my shower, and I could not be bothered to put the rest of the rings on because I actually can't reach that height. I think it's like, I'd say like 10 feet. Yeah, 10 feet easily. Maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. And then I have like my shower stuff, like my body washes, shampoo, conditioner, body scrubs, and then I have my facial cleaners over here. And you guys are probably wondering how I even keep this closed. I actually punched a hole in the bottom, and then I actually hook it to the drain. It's weird. I mean, it works. And I don't have a bath mat, which I've been trying to get for a very, very long time. I've just been really stubborn, and also I haven't found the one I like. So I still need like a shower curtain and a few more towels for this bathroom, and then like a bath mat. And then over here is my other area. It's not really exciting. I have my storage, and I'm thinking like maybe, because the height of this is not too bad, but I was thinking instead of having the litter here, I'd put like a mini cabinet and then decorate it, or like put a mirror in front of that, because it doesn't make sense if I'm all the way in the shower and trying to reach for that. So I guess I'll just get like a cabinet. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, or you guys have any recommendations for furniture, I would be happy to hear them. But that was my room tour, and I hope you guys enjoyed. But yeah, I have my water here, and then I don't really have like a ton of stuff, because if you guys remember, I actually moved in with only my boxes and not a lot of furniture, because I didn't know if I would be moving into like a different place, or if, I didn't know my housing situation. Like, I didn't know if it was going to be in a home, not like a group home or anything, but like somebody else's house, and then they had an apartment. So I just didn't know if I was moving into an apartment complex or where I was moving at. I decided to move a few hours from my family, so not where I originally was, but further out, kind of by the sea. So yeah, I don't know why this would be interesting, but yeah, this is pretty much my fridge. Not a lot going on because I have been in and out of doing errands and doing chores, and I have like a lot of non-alcoholic beverages, but this is a little bit of a close-up of this fridge. So I have all the magnets that my mom, she travels like a lot, so she gives me little magnets when she goes. It's just little fun things and little drawings, and I wrote down this date because I had a dream once, and for some reason these two dates came to mind, so I put it on there to remember. And then I just got like all my other stuff, but that's pretty much it.